Hello again. I'd like to show you a little of what I do for languages. Somebody had a question, which I think was a very good question, concerning how I teach languages. So I just wanted to show you a little my plan. This is from our bulletin board. It says our world of language. So I try to teach 3 different languages. I'm fluent in English, I know some French, and I can read and say words in Spanish, though I'm not fluent in speaking Spanish. So I try my best to teach my kids, which they're really into languages, so I try the best I can to do the little I can. So our school is in English every morning. From 3 to 4, we have some Spanish. We have book time. I try to read books to them. We do some flashcards, videos, and songs. I have a few videos, teaching videos for Spanish, and we also look on YouTube for well-known videos or animations that they enjoy that are in Spanish. For example, here are some flashcards I have. Very simple ones, all in Spanish. These are nice interactive ones. I have some other just plain word flashcards. And as far as books go, I try to organize my books within languages. So I have a few bookshelves of English books, then I have a shelf of French books, and one of Spanish books. That way we know what's what, and the children can also pick what they like. So when it's our Spanish time, they go to the shelf and pick a book. Now what I try to do is to have some books that are teaching, for example, very clearly laid out the word and the picture. The word and the picture, and we read them together and look at them like that. So we start with our books like that. And here's another one, a little more for advanced and complicated, which is nice. It has all the topics up there on the top in English. And at the same time, after we do that, we have books more like this, with a sentence. So we try to read these together. Now they don't know how to read in Spanish and French yet, so I read it to them for now, till they get more used to it. And little storybooks, same in French. We begin with books such as these. For example, this is in the kitchen, and then it has all the words on the sides which we read together. And then we read some French storybooks together. Now they don't always sit through these so well. They don't understand all the words yet, but I think just to get them used to hearing it and listening to it will help them to grasp it down the line. So that's a little bit about our books. What I like to do is go through a certain book. Now one idea that I've done, which kids really enjoy, for example, teaching French, I've gone through this book. This is a very nice, clear book. This is in the bedroom. It has a little sentence that we read, that I read to them, and then we go through all the words, one at a time. And for these, I've made the flashcards. For example, clothes or names, fruits. And so while we're looking at the book, we go through our flashcard words. We match them with the pictures. Or first I give them the word, and they have to find it in the book. Then they get to find it here in the picture. Or first we look at the book and find the picture, and then we find it on the flashcard word. Or we do things like treasure hunt. I hide the words around the room, and they have to look for them, search for them, and read them and find them. So that's our little time of Spanish, and French is from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock. So it's not a lot of time, but if we're faithful to do a little bit every day, I know that it will make a difference. In French, I can talk in French, so we have some talking time. We also decided that every time we go out of the house, we will talk in French. And also we have books, flashcards, videos, and songs. So that's our little world of language. And they've really been enjoying it and finding it exciting to explore languages. They're even making some up of their own, which is very cute to see. I have here a little goal chart too, which I've just listed. There's plenty more that we're going to do, but just to see where they're at, both in Spanish and French. For example, simple greetings, numbers, colors, my family, days of the week. And they get to put a sticker on once they know them by heart fluently. I can ask them and they know it without hesitation. So that's some encouragement as well. And at the end of each one, we get a little special snack together. So they really enjoy that, and it helps them to look forward to learning a new topic in languages. One thing I do too for example, learning colors or numbers or whatever, is to use as many physical material manipulatives as we can, not just through books and flashcards. For example, we cut out these little pieces of cloth while we were doing the colors. We would put our flash words on them, or so just a few of the cutout things we did. For example, when teaching animals, we try to use toys. These are their little pet toys. So we put the animals on the words, or we do a little treasure hunt game with it. Here's another idea for learning colors. They each had their set of markers, and every time I said a color in French or in Spanish, if we were doing Spanish, they picked out their marker and they drew a little shape on their paper. And we saw how many they would get correct. They really picked up learning their colors fast that way. Anyway, so that's a little bit of what we do for our language learning. I'm sure we'll get new inspirations and ideas as time goes on. This is what we've done for the last month. But I like changing and doing new things after a while, because it helps challenge them and they feel happy and fulfilled with variety.